Hello friends, welcome to your favorite channel Manashanti. Today's video is very special because today's video is about a summary of a great book of a great person, and that is one and only Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and his work The Problem of the Rupee. Then let's start. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, one of the greatest intellectuals and reformers of modern India, made significant contribution not only in the field of social justice and politics but also in economics. His work, The Problem of the Rupee, its origin and its solution in 1923, is a landmark study in monetary economy. This book was based on his doctoral thesis at the London School of Economics, and it dealt with the history of Indian currency, the economic challenges caused by fluctuation in silver and rupee values, and the solutions required to stabilize India's monetary system. At the time, India's economy was suffering from instability because the value of the rupee was tied to silver, while most advanced countries had already shifted to the gold standard. Dr. Ambedkar's book carefully examined this issue, traced its historical roots, and offered practical remedies. His suggestions later influenced the creation of the Reserve Bank of India in 1935. Now, first of all, we see historical background of Indian currency. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar begins by explaining the history of Indian currency. For centuries, India's economy was based on metallic coins, particularly silver. During the British period, the rupee became the standard currency, but it remained tied to silver. This was problematic because in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the global economy increasingly moved towards the gold standard, while India remained on the silver standard. The fall in the price of silver in international markets reduced the value of the rupee. Dr. Ambedkar highlighted that this mismatch between silver and gold economy created severe instability for India. Now we see the problem of the silver standard. The rupee begins based on silver cause multiple difficulties. First, fluctuating values. As silver lost value globally, the rupee depreciated. Second, trade deficit. India had to pay for imports like machinery, industrial goods, and defense supplies in gold or sterling, but its earnings from exports were in rupees, whose value was weak. Third point, inflation. The instability in currency directly increased price of essential goods, harming ordinary people. Fourth point, debt burden. Both the government and private citizens faced problems as loan and payments became more expensive in terms of gold. Dr. Ambedkar argued that remaining on the silver standard was disastrous for India's economic health. Next point, Criticism of British monetary policy. Dr. Ambedkar was highly critical of the British colonial government handling of India's currency. He argued that British policies were shaped more by the interest of Britain rather than the welfare of India. The British introduced the gold exchange standard, but according to Ambedkar, this system was unfair and kept India dependent on Britain. For example, the British continued to use India as a supplier of raw material and demanded payment in gold or sterling. They avoided reform that would stabilize the rupee because they benefited from India's economic dependence. Decisions regarding currency and trade were taken without considering the hardship faced by Indian farmers, workers, and traders. Dr. Ambedkar exposed how colonial economic policies depended India's poverty and inequality. Next point, impact on the Indian people. The instability of the rupee affected almost every section of Indian society: farmers, traders, and merchants, ordinary citizens, and savers. Farmers. Prices of agricultural goods fluctuated, making it difficult for farmers to earn stable income. Traders and merchants. International trade suffered because of the rupee uncertain value. Ordinary citizens. Everyday goods became expensive and inflation reduced purchasing power. Savers. Those who save money in rupees found their wealth losing value over time. In short, the rupee's weakness created hardship for both the rural and urban population. Next point, Dr. Ambedkar's proposed solution. Dr. Ambedkar rejected the idea of continuing with the silver standard or returning to it in any form. Instead, he proposed a gold exchange standard. His key recommendations were: adopt the gold standard. India should link its currency to gold rather than silver, like other advanced economies, to ensure stability. Second, centralize currency management. Currency and monetary policy should be controlled by a central authority instead of being left to fragmented colonial administration. Next point, stabilize exchange rate. By adopting gold, India could maintain stable exchange rate with other countries, benefiting trade. Next, establish a reserve bank. Dr. Ambedkar emphasized the need for an institution that could regulate currency, credit, and monetary policy. This idea later inspired the formation of the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) in 1935. Now we see the legacy of Dr. Ambedkar's work. Dr. Ambedkar's analysis in the problem of the rupee proved to be ahead of its time. Many of his proposals were later implemented in Indian monetary policy. His work remains a classic text in economics because it combined historical analysis with practical solution. It demonstrated how currency policies directly affect the lives of ordinary people. It showed Dr. Ambedkar's deep understanding of global economic trade and their impact on colonial India. Importantly, this work also highlighted that Dr. Ambedkar was not only a social reformer and political leader but also a visionary economist whose idea shaped India's financial future. Conclusion: the problem of the rupee, its origin and its solution is one of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's most important contribution to economics, written in 1923. It addressed the weaknesses of India's currency system under colonial rule. Dr. Ambedkar Sahib carefully examined the historical evolution of Indian currency, exposed the failures of the silver standard, criticized British policies, and often offered a clear solution in the form of adopting the gold standard and establishing a centralized banking authority. His recommendations paved the way for the eventual creation of Reserve Bank of India and a more stable currency system. This book is not just an academic text but also a practical guide that helps shape modern India's economic foundation. Friends, if you like this summary and you want detailed book reading line by line, then comment it in comment box. We will fulfill your requirement. Thank you. Namo Buddhaya. Jai Bhim.